Slowly driving those knees nice and high. Slowly stepping back and forth from left to right foot. Make sure you're trying to really focus on that range of motion, opening that hip up, starting to warm up those muscles. Now, if you need to, start with a limited range of motion to kind of slowly build yourself into this, but always be constantly trying to push a little bit more, trying to move a little bit faster to try to warm those muscles up. Now, I've got just a few seconds left, and we're going to move to a torso circle. And go ahead and switch. Keep that back nice and flat. Lean straight over forward, that chest parallel to the ground. Make a nice big circle around, always stretching behind you, then back down flat, parallel to the ground. Reverse that direction of that circle, back around the opposite way. Just keep alternating back and forth. Make sure you're keeping that back nice and straight. You're just rolling around those hips and that lower torso, making sure that back stays completely flat the entire time.
Good. Yeah.
And moving on to a toe touch kick next. And switch. One leg comes up, reaching out with that opposite hand to foot. So left hand, right foot, right hand, left foot. Just alternating back and forth. Slowly kicking that leg up. Again, this is just a warm-up, so don't worry about moving really fast. We're trying to get a really, really good stretch on it. You just want to slowly start working into that range of motion more and more. Just about 10 seconds left. Keep it going. Make sure you're keeping those lungs open, breathing normally. Moving on to a boxer shuffle next. And switch it. Get those feet moving. Nice even pace. You don't want to be going too fast, but you do want to focus on trying to get your heart rate up a little bit more, trying to get your breathing rate up a little bit more, warming up that core temperature.
Not too much.
Just keep those feet moving. Try to stay up in the ball of your foot. Trying to let those heels touch. You should feel those calves starting to warm up, those legs starting to warm up. About 5 seconds left, just a little bit longer, then we're going to switch to a torso rotation. And go ahead and switch. So instead of doing a circle with that torso, you're just going to rotate left to right. As you rotate those shoulders to the right, you want to kind of kick your hips to the left. So you're actually trying to rotate them in opposite directions. Your hips shouldn't really look like they're moving much, but they shouldn't go in the same direction as those shoulders. So if you roll your shoulders to the left, those hips shouldn't follow along. You should actually stay stationary or go the opposite direction to really stretch that torso, trying to warm up those core muscles. We're moving to a nice big arm circle next. And switch it. Nice big circle with those arms. Try to get as much range of motion out of that shoulder as you can. Alternating the direction of that circle every single time you come back down to the bottom. It's kind of swinging those arms back and forth, but always keeping them under control. Relatively slow motion. You don't want to just kick those arms around uncontrolled. You want to make sure you have that chest, back, and shoulder constantly contracted. Slowly pushing around that circle, getting as much range of motion as you can. We're almost done, and we're going to switch off to up and overs. And switch it. Nice quick motion with those feet, one leg at a time. Hop that knee up and out, and then hop it back into the center. And do the same thing on the opposite side, just alternating back and forth. Nice quick motion. Should start bringing that heart rate up a little bit more. Should start bringing that core temperature up a little bit more. Should notice you're starting to breathe a little bit heavier as well. Just keep it going. You got 10 more seconds to go. Make sure you have those core muscles and arms contracted as well. Getting a little extra calorie burn out of it, getting that heart rate up a little bit more. You got deep squats coming up next. And start them up. This is just body weight, dropping those hips down as low as is comfortable, and then standing right back up again. Take your time. This is a really slow motion on the way down, slow motion on the way back up. Only go as low as is comfortable on those hips and those knees, but constantly trying to push just a little bit further, trying to warm up those knees and those hips. You can let that lower back round a little tiny bit, but again, it's always a good idea to try to practice a nice clean form by keeping that back flat. I got walk down push-ups coming up next. Go ahead and switch it. Hands go down to those feet, walking out with those hands. Drop down to a push-up and walk back up with those hands. Come up to a full standing position and start over again. Slowly walking back out. Nice full push-up. If you need to, drop onto those knees and do your push-up off your knees, but preferably do as many as you can with a full push-up. Just about 5 seconds left, and we're going to switch to just regular jumping jacks. And go ahead and switch it, stand back up. Get those arms and legs going. Nice quick motion. Keep those arms and legs completely rigid. Make sure that shoulder and hip joint is completely solid. Never let those arms and legs just kind of flail around. You don't want to have them out of control. You want to make sure that everything is
I love this one.
Everything's always really nice and solid to protect those joints. Keep those lungs open. You should be feeling nice and warm by now. That heart rate should be getting up. Core temperature should be increasing. We have a couple seconds left. And that's it. Good job. That was the end of our warm-up, so let's go ahead and get ready for our HIIT routine, which is Tabata style of 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off. We're going to have 10 exercises to go through in groups of 2, and we're not going to need any equipment for any of these exercises. Our first 2 exercises are going to be a push-up with an oblique knee and a squat jack. So let's go ahead and get ready. Starting off with that push-up with the oblique knee, and start up. Nice full push-up. Pull that knee up and out to the side. Right back down that push-up, and the opposite knee comes up and out to the side. So feel like you're trying to get that knee up towards that elbow. So you're actually trying to get it as high as you possibly can, but try not to really rotate those hips too much. Just a few seconds left. And let it relax. Go ahead and stand back up. We've got squat jacks next.
Okay.
And start them up. Drop down nice and low. Keep those hips as low as you can. Hopping those feet in and out. Trying to get them to at least shoulder width, preferably even wider than that. Moving them as quickly as you possibly can. Trying to stay down as low as you can the entire time. Just keep those lungs open. We've got 5 more seconds to go. And let it relax. Good job. Let's go ahead and do a push-up with the oblique knee again. 5 more seconds till we start. And begin. Nice full push-up. Pull one knee up out to the side. Another push-up. That opposite knee does the same thing. Just keep alternating back and forth. Nice big full range of motion on that push-up. Get that chest down towards the ground as low as you possibly can. Keep that nice flat back the entire time. 5 seconds left. And let it relax. Good job. Another 10 seconds break, and then we're going to do another round of those squat jacks. And start them up. Drop down nice and low. Again, try to get those feet out at least a shoulder width, preferably a lot wider than that, and then snapping those feet back together nice and close. Just keep that motion moving as quickly as you possibly can. Keep those hips as low as you can the entire time. 5 more seconds. I know those legs are burning. Just keep pushing through it. And let it relax. 10 seconds break, and then we've got another round, our last round of the push-ups with the oblique knee.
I hear you do it. All right.
And start them up. Nice full push-up. Pull the knee up and out to the side.
Yeah.
Just keep it going, alternating back and forth. Try and get as full and clean a motion as you possibly can. Last round, so put 100% effort into it. Just 5 more seconds. And let it relax. Go and hop back up. Get ready for that last round of those squat jacks. 5 more seconds. And drop down. Get those feet moving nice and quick. I know those legs are going to be burning like crazy, but push through it. Get the entire 20 seconds done without stopping. Keeping those hips as low as you possibly can the entire time. Keep those lungs open. Try not to think about how bad those legs are burning. You only have a few seconds left. Keep pushing it. And let it relax. Very good job. I know those legs are burning like crazy, so take a nice, long, deserved rest. And let's go ahead and get ready for our next 2 exercises. We're going to be doing a side oblique raise, alternating back and forth, as well as a star jump. I know you're not really looking forward to that star jump, but make sure you're pushing through these as hard as you can. Remember, we're trying to burn 1,000 calories here, so push as hard as possible. Starting off with that side oblique raise, we're going to drop down to the ground, elbow and those feet. Pull those hips up off the ground as high as you can. Then alternate over to the other side, rolling over to the other side. Same exact motion, lift that hip up, and roll back to the opposite side. Make sure you never actually let the hips touch the ground. So the entire time,
I can't do it both ways, really?
To a regular plank, to a side plank on the opposite side. And on each side of the plank, make sure you do that side hip raise. All right, take a little bit of a break here. We're going to be doing our star jump next. A few seconds. And start up. Nice deep squat, and then jump as hard as you possibly can, exploding, getting those legs and arms out as far away from each other as you possibly can. As soon as you lay back down, go right back into that squat, nice and deep, and then jump as hard as you possibly can again, getting those arms and legs out. Just a few seconds left.
I have it. Hold on.
And let it relax. Good job. That's our first round down of both those exercises. Let's go ahead and start our round number 2 with the side oblique raises. 3 seconds left. And start them up. Nice side hip raise, roll over the other side, another side hip raise, and roll back. Make sure you keep those core muscles nice and tight, those legs contracted, and those arms contracted. Just keep alternating back and forth. A few more seconds to go.
I'm going to do this on it.
And let relax, nicely done. Go ahead and stand back up. Breathe a little bit. We got our star jumps coming up next. And start about nice deep squat. Explode, jumping up. Arms and legs coming out as far away from each other as you possibly can. Right back down that nice deep
That's too
squat.
far.
Keep those lungs open. Breathe as best you can. I know those legs and that entire body will be screaming at you as loudly as they can to stop, but keep pushing through it. You have less than 5 seconds left. Keep going. And let it relax. Good job. That's 2 rounds down. You just have 1 more of each to go. Starting back over with those side oblique raises. So a few seconds till we start. And begin. Lift those hips up. Roll over the other side. Other side hip raise and roll back. Just keep alternating back and forth. Make sure those core muscles are nice and tight. Those legs are nice and tight. Just focus on that form. Make sure it's nice and clean. Got just a few seconds left to go. Keep pushing through it. And let it relax. Good job. That was the last round of that one, which means we need to do 1 more round of our star jump. 5 seconds till we start. And start out, nice deep squat, explode, jumping up as hard as you possibly can. Get those arms and legs out there as wide as possible. This is your last round of this. You get an extra break after this, so push as hard as you possibly can. Under 10 seconds left to go. 5 more seconds, keep going, push as hard as you can. And let it relax, nicely done. Good job, you got a nice deserved rest again coming up here. Let's go ahead and get ready for our next group, which is going to be a push-up jack and a thigh slap jump. Now these are both really difficult exercises, but remember, the harder you push yourself, the closer you're going to be to that higher end of the calorie burn. Got just a few seconds left till we start these guys up. We're going to be starting off with those push-up jacks. We're going to drop down on the ground and start up.
Oh, shit.
Come out to your sides, those feet come together in a regular push-up position, and then push those hands straight up in front of you. Those legs come out nice and wide.
I can't do
Back and
that.
forth, try to keep that back nice and flat, hopping back and forth. 5 seconds left. And let it
Shit,
relax.
mate.
Good job. It's our
Shit
first
for you,
round
buddy.
down on that one. We've got thigh slap jumps coming up next. 5 more seconds of rest. And start it up. Keep those hands as parallel to the ground as you possibly can, and bring those knees up to your hands rather than trying to lean over and bringing your hands down to your knees. This can be very, very tempting. I'm even doing it a little bit, but try to get those hands up as high as you can. Force those knees to come up as high as possible.
Got it!
Just a few seconds left. And relax. Good job. That is 1 round down in both of those, which means we're starting on round number 2 of our push-up jacks. Drop down on the ground.